Welcome back to LinkU Plus, everyone. On this channel, I'm 100%ing Breath of the Wild by a bit every day until the sequel Tears of the Kingdom comes out, which is today in 118 days. First of all, look at the save screen here. Deep a color? Apparently where the Lionel is, and this Korok as well, is called Deep a color. I've never heard anyone use the term Deep a color. But good to know that that's in a region. I think usually we would just call this like North a color, at least in speedrunning for routing and stuff, but that's interesting. Also, I will report that I took a pretty relaxing day today, which is why the video is quite late. But I feel a lot better, so back to full energy, slowly but surely. And I wanted to talk about something, because if I press the menu button on my Switch here real quick, you'll see that I'm currently downloading Fire Emblem Engage, which is a new game for the Nintendo Switch. Well, it's gonna be out, I think, in 7 days, on the 20th, I think is the official release date. And I'm going to be... Ow. Now what? Wait, I'm legitimately trapped. Okay, never mind. And I'm going to be playing it maybe on my stream, actually, if I'm enjoying it. I'm gonna try it out. My hopes are kind of low. I don't think the game looks amazing, but you know, as a Switch player, you don't have the best choices all the time. This is what... You'll probably have already seen it in the title. I want to talk about my favorite Switch games today that I've played. Not necessarily what I'm looking forward to, because you guys all know I'm looking forward to Tears of the Kingdom, and I guess also Fire Emblem Engage. But yeah, my hopes for Fire Emblem Engage are mid. Some of the characters look kind of cool. Visually it looks fine. I really don't like the main character. If you look at it again, the main character is the two people in the middle with like toothpaste hair. For some reason, it's like blue and red. But some of the other characters look cool, and I think it has some potential. I'm excited to be playing it, because I really like Fire Emblem Three Houses, which is going to be on my list. So to me, a lot of the times I'm stunned. The Switch is an extremely popular, extremely successful console, but if I compare the library of the Switch to, for example, the PC, which is probably the game console, quote-unquote, where I play the most games on, the Switch is only second for me, because I played so many competitive PC games like Overwatch, League of Legends, Valorant, etc., that the Switch is only number 2, but the Switch is so popular thanks to very little games. There's a bunch of Switch games, and if you go to the Nintendo Switch eStore, you'll find games like Hentai Library, I Met a Girl in the Whirlpool, like stuff like that. Like, I'm not kidding you. I wish... Wait. I don't know if I can do it. Oh no, because I would have to switch users. Trust me, if you go to the eShop, you find the most suspicious games that are very confusing for Nintendo. Trust me. If you know, you know. I'm not making this up. That being said, there's a couple games for the Switch that are amazing. And in my opinion, they carry the console since release in 2017 all the way until today. And those games are part of my favorite Switch games, and I want to go over them. So, starting off is gonna be Mario Odyssey. Mario Odyssey released in 2017. I'm gonna put them in, not in the order they released in, but more like in the order that I played them in and the impact that they had on me. So without Mario Odyssey, you wouldn't be listening to this video right now. That's basically guaranteed. Mario Odyssey was the game that got me into speedrunning, and I still look back to this time very fondly. A lot of the friends that I have nowadays, a lot of the other streamer friends like Small, and a lot of you guys know that I'm friends with Smallland, who I met in the Super Mario Odyssey community. And we did lots of cool stuff there together. It was an amazing time, and it's an absolutely amazing game. It's one of those rare games that you play and you get reminded, even if you're like older and not like, this is not like your first Mario game. My first Mario game was Super Mario World, all the way back then, in like 90, I guess in like 2004 or something I played it, but it's obviously much older. So I was reminded on why I like video games so much. It's just a super fun experience. I honestly got emotional during that like festival section. If you played the game, you know what I'm talking about. The game is still, I feel like to this day, the absolute pinnacle of polish on the Switch. No game is as polished and clean and runs at like clean 60 FPS with gorgeous visuals for a game like that, other than Mario Odyssey. Oh, to be fair, Mario is like their love child, but still. It's crazy that a game that came out in 2017 has held up so well and is still basically at the very front of performance when it comes to Nintendo Switch games. After I got into Odyssey, the next game I really got into is this game, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I got into this game, I told you my... Oh wow, great aim. I told you my Legend of Zelda story before in one of those videos where I used to be a big fan of Twilight Princess on the game. What the hell? Whoa, that guy went flying. I was a big fan of Twilight Princess on the Wii, actually, for me personally. I'm still stunned as to how far this guy actually went flying. I was a big fan of Twilight Princess for the Wii, and when Breath of the Wild came out, I watched some streamers play it, but didn't get into it myself until eventually, in a long stream in 2019, I played the game, fell in love, and played the game ever since, almost 6,000 hours. You know that part if you follow this channel. It's my favorite game of all time, and it is the second game together with Odyssey, who, in my opinion, defined what a good Switch game can look like. Right? I think a lot of people agree with this. I don't think... Maybe with like very little... No, actually, even Ultimate, which... Okay, don't close your eyes right now, by the way. Yeah, definitely played the game for 5,000 hours. Yep. Yep, definitely amazing aim at this. Okay, wait. I'm pretty sure I just saw the arrow disappear, but it didn't actually hit the balloon. Okay, I'm investigating this. Give me 1 second. This is important. I'm pretty sure I just got scammed by the game. The question... Here it is, watch this. Look at this next shot. No, it's not even this one. This one! What happened there? I caught it, look, you see the arrow, right? And then it disappeared? Okay, see, it's not my fault, the game's broken. Anyway, okay, this game sucks, don't buy it. Okay, that being said, it is my favorite game of all time, memes aside. And I think Mario Odyssey in this game kind of defined what a good game on the Switch can look like. The only other games that I want to give a shout out to for my favorite Switch games are going to be Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, which, while it's almost on the same level in terms of how much I like the game, at the end of the day, it's just a, you know, a continuous build up from the original Smash Bros. Games. It's still an amazing feat. Having all of these characters together is great, and I love the game. I not only love the game, what I love so much about Ultimate is the hype and the community. How all of the Nintendo fans from different games come together and celebrate one video game. And not even Nintendo, I mean, it's just lovely. It's just the Smash... Well, okay, let's maybe not praise the Smash community too much, but the community around Smash games and gamers all uniting together with this game are great. Also, by the way, I am friends with tons of people in the Smash community. Obviously, they had a little bit more drama than your average community, which is why I didn't want to say, like, the Smash community is perfect. Oh, also I'm dying, but anyway, love Ultimate. Another game, and it's going to be a little bit frustrating, from the Animal Crossing New Horizons, which I think got carried by the fact that it came out at the perfect time. It's right here, right, on my Switch. Hollow Knight, I'm not going to be considering a Switch game. I played that game on PC, personally. Animal Crossing came out at the perfect time. The pandemic started. It was literally the perfect game for everyone to play at the time, which is why it sold so many Switch consoles and is a huge reason the Switch did so well. I will still say I enjoyed the game. I had my fun with it for like 200 hours. It was great to have in the pandemic, but that's pretty much it. I'm not going to put it up on the same ranks of like Breath of the Wild and Super Mario Odyssey. Those games are on their own level, in my opinion. But when we talk about Pokemon games, none of them, not Legends Arceus, not, or Arceus, I don't know, some people say it this way, some say it this way, not Sword and Shield. Actually, out of all of the Pokemon games on the Switch, and people might flame me for this, I enjoy Pokemon Sword and Shield the most. It runs the best, in my opinion, somehow. And it was the most fun for me. I think if Scarlet and Violet would have ran a little bit more for me, but I literally get a headache playing the game, which is why I barely have played it. It would have been much, much higher up for me. But I just couldn't enjoy it because of the performance. I've been playing a lot of Pokemon Showdown though, because I enjoy Pokemon in general. That's pretty much it. I'm not going to be talking about most of the ports. You'll see what other games I have on this console if you want to look at it real quick. Monster Hunter Rise was a fun time, but I would prefer that game on the PC. This is technically a Wii U game, even though there's new DLC tracks now. Link's Awakening remake was a fun time, but I wouldn't rank it up there. I will give you one. I already talked about Three Houses. Basically, that was actually a great game. I wouldn't rank it in the Odyssey and Breath of the Wild level, but I had a good time with the game. So shoutouts to that. I'm excited for Fire Emblem Engage, simply just because I love that game so much. Three Houses, and then Ultimate is always a great time. Love playing with friends. To me, Breath of the Wild and Odyssey are in a league of their own, and no other game since 2017 has been able to reach them. I know a lot of people like Metroid Dread. I haven't really gotten into the Metroid series yet, but I will probably do so if there's ever Metroid Prime 4. That's probably my start to get into the series. That's a game that could come up. Last but not least, I want to give you one recommendation, and that's going to be Persona 5 Royal. This is not technically a Switch game, just like Hollow Knight, but I played the game on Switch and I will tell you why. So for Hollow Knight, I preferred playing the game on PC because performance to me matters quite a lot when you do difficult boss fights in Hollow Knight, and the game definitely does run cleaner on the PC. That being said, Persona is not very dependent on performance. I apparently already did the shrine, I guess. I didn't know. Persona is not necessarily super dependent on performance. It's mostly about the story, the dialogue, and the combat is turn-based. So in my opinion, Persona 5, and especially the Royal version, which you can get on Switch, if you like JRPGs and story-driven games, it's a great recommendation for me. It's the perfect game, in my opinion, to play on your commute or maybe for like 30 minutes in bed before you go to sleep. And you'll have literally hundreds of hours of playtime if you like that. Do some more research. I will mention it because for me it was a good Switch game. Not in my favorites, but yeah, basically the point of this list is Breath of the Wild and Odyssey are still untouched to this day for me. No game has even been able to get close. Well, maybe Ultimate. Animal Crossing has too many flaws and too many potential slice of life upgrades that it could have received for the game to be better. So then they're good, but they're not on Odyssey and Breath of the Wild level. Let me know your favorite Switch game. Maybe it's Hentai Library, or I Met a Girl in the Whirlpool, the visual light novel, and that's fine. If you have good recommendations for those games, you know, you could let me know. I'll check them out. Maybe I can speedrun them. But for real, if you have any Switch games that you particularly enjoyed, or you disagree with any of the Switch... Well, actually, no. If you disagree with any of the games that I said, don't say anything. This was just for me to tell you about them, because this is my own opinion. But I would be interested in hearing your favorite games, because maybe I'd pick up something new for myself. That being said, Tears of the Kingdom will probably make the list of my favorite Switch games if everything goes well. And the game somehow isn't trash, which I feel like is hard to do after the foundation that this game basically laid out. That's coming out in 118 days. I'll see you guys again tomorrow with another video. Thank you for watching. Peace.